Well, good morning, happy gardeners. How you doing today? This is Ed with the First Time Gardener, and it is that time of the year again that we are going to start doing some seed starting for our fall garden, and we are going to show you what we're planting. So I did a little bit of a sketch. I don't know that you can see it right here, but I just kind of outlined my garden area where we're planting, and I came up with a plan that I'm going to try to follow so we can utilize as much possible space as we can. So some of the things that I'm going to be starting today is going to be some broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, collards, and kale, and that's going to be in our brassica section, and that's going to be where I grew the corn this past spring. So we're doing rotation, crop rotation. That's important to do. And then one step over, I'm going to be putting my fall corn in, and I'm not doing as big an area as I did for the spring corn because it's just going to come into where the cold weather is going to come. So I'm hoping we get enough time to get some ears of corn before the cold weather hits. And then I already have my sweet potatoes going, which they're going to be going until October. We're going to be digging them up in October, and then we're going to address the soil, and we're going to put our carrots in that section, and we're going to overwinter the carrots. And then I have yellow string beans and green string beans. Actually, they're stringless. Then we're going to do some sugar snaps and a row of beets, and we're going to do a big section of potatoes, and it's going to be the red creamer potatoes. Don't think I'm going to grow anything else in the fall but the red, because that's pretty much what we use. And then we're going to do a section of sweet onions, and this year I'm going to include some red onions, so we have the sweet and the red this year, which I only grew the Texas Legend sweet onions last year, and they did super good for me, and I got the starts from Dixondale onion farm, and I'm going to reorder them from them this year because they did pretty good. And then we're going to have a grow table, which I don't have made yet, but if I do get it made, built, and put out there, we're going to grow kohlrabi in the 3-gallon buckets. And then I'm going to have my 5-gallon bucket table. We're going to do zucchini and yellow squash in the buckets for the fall. And that's kind of about it. So you can see I'm in the garage right now, and I'm sitting down because our last video that I showed you was the end of the summer walkthrough of our garden, of what we had left and what we were doing. And then I shared with you that I wasn't sure how the fall garden was going to go because I was having a total knee replacement. So I ended up having that total knee replacement, and that was on August 13th. I went in for surgery. Today is September 7th, and I'm out here at the table. Peggy set all this up for me so that I can sit and stand as I need to because of my knee, and we are going to start in here. And then once I get my seeds started in the trays, we're going to put them outside somewhere so that it can get some sun and watering. So that's why I'm in the garage today, so stick around. I bought some off Amazon. I got some seed starting mix. I normally make my own, but just because of just hard getting around right now, and I don't have all the stuff I need to make it, I just went ahead and ordered it on Amazon. I got 2 bags. That should be plenty to do our starts that we're going to do today. So stick around, let me get set up here, and we're going to be right back with you and show you what we're doing. Alright guys, so we're going to start. I ordered some of these trays. They're just a 6-pack tray. They're a little deeper, a little wider than the ones I used last year for seeding. So we're going to try those out this year. And here is my organic seed mix. If you can see that, hold it out there. So that's what we're using to plant these two. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to plant my brassicas first. And that's going to be, we're going to start off with broccoli. So got a utility nut and cut the bag open. All right, so we're just going to, oops, these are my markers. We're going to mark off which we have so we know what's what. So just going to take that and pour that over here. Now, like I said, I'm using seed starting, and the difference between seed starting and potting soil or your compost is it's very lightweight. It has properties in it that hold moisture, and there's no sticks and a lot of big stuff in there. It's very, very fine, so it'll give the seed a good base to germinate, and then also the roots can grow through there pretty well and give you a nice root bound start. So when you pull them out, you've got a nice cubicle of roots that can be transplanted really well. All right, so I'm just filling them up, and I'm going to pack down the little cells with my fingers. Get them nice and packed down. And we're going to throw the seeds in. Might have to put a little bit more. Seeds calling for like 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch depth for germination. This is going to be a little bit deeper, so we're going to put a little bit more on there. Alright, so I'm going to get this all packed down and get it ready to seed, and then we'll bring it back when we're putting seeds in. Now, my knee's a little sore, so I'm going to sit down to do this. I don't know if any of you guys have had knee replacements. It's been it's been a course to go through, but from what my physical therapist is saying is I'm coming along really well. I'm probably ahead of schedule where I should be with everything, and probably in the top 10% of people that are recovering from you know knee replacement surgery. And I had the whole knee replaced. It wasn't a partial, so it was a big deal. So I'm hoping that my timeline for my knee getting better is going to correlate with the time that these seedlings have to be planted so that I can do my garden. So before I had knee surgery, I did go out and till the ground and kind of get it ready, but it's been 3 weeks now, a little over 3 weeks since I've done that. So of course the weeds are coming back, so I'm going to have to till it and get the ground ready again before we plant these seedlings. Okay, so now, as you know, if you planted broccoli before, these seeds are super small, so we're going to pinch a bit, and I'm going to try to put 2 seeds in each one, and then when they come up, I'm going to take the strongest one we have and leave that one and cut the other one off. And I might get, it's hard, these seeds are so small, it's hard just to get 2 in there. I might end up getting 3, which is fine. We'll thin them out when it's ready to go. And there again, I'm hoping these seeds germinate, because these are the ones that I let go seed from last year. And we're hoping that they germinate really well. Really well. All right, so just going to take some dirt now, fill these up. just to cover the seeds, knock them down. And that is going to be the start of our broccoli with any luck. You really want to make sure that the seeds have 100% soil around them. You don't want any air pockets. They should germinate in 7 to 10 days is what the typical package says from the plants that I planted, that I got the seeds from. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to water it really well. Alright guys, so that is the broccoli. Now what we're going to do is I'm just going to take our tag and I'm going to put the date on it, which is September 7th. And broccoli, and put one in each one, and we'll just stick them in there. Okay, there you have it guys. We got an 18 pack of broccoli seeds going. Alright, we're going to get set up for the next one. We're going to do all of these the same way as I'm doing this, so I'm not going to make an extremely long video on every seed we're going to plant. I'm going to bring you to the beginning of when we're starting and let you know what we're starting, and I'll show you at the end how we mark them. By the way guys, I just want you to see how nice the scar's coming along. Surgeon did a really nice job. A little swelling yet there, but that's what I'm dealing with. Alright guys, got them ready for the cabbage. I just wanted to show you, I grew these last year and they did really well. And it's from Haas Tools is where I got these seeds from. And it's the early round Dutch cabbage. They did super good. So if you haven't ordered your seeds yet, you need to start getting into an idea what you want to grow and get your seeds going, because before long it's going to be ready to plant in the fall garden. So you need to get them ordered. I have these left over from last year, so I only have a few left here, and they're really small, just like the broccoli seeds. So I'm going to dump them out on the table so I can pick them up. Okay guys, we got done with the cabbage. Just did 2 trays. We're going to put those over here. And next is going to be our cauliflower, which again I got from Haas Tools, and it's the Minuteman cauliflower. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 2 trays because I only have 2 rows, and the cauliflower takes up a good large area, so be no more than 6 in a row, but probably going to end up being 5. Okay guys, that finishes up our cauliflower. We just got these 2, as we said, so we're going to put them over here. And next we are going to do our collards and our kale, and we're going to do those next. We're going to do 2 rows of collards and only 1 row of kale. So we're going to do 2 for the collards and 1 for the kale. And the collards, we are using the Haas again, from Haas Tools, and it's the Champion collards. Champion collards did very well for us last year. And they actually lasted all through winter, even up into the beginning of summer, that we were picking leaves to make our collard greens. So I was really impressed with those. They did really well. And then the kale we're planting is from Fairy Moss, which I think we got these at Lowe's, and it's the dwarf blue curled kale, and that particular one did really well for us last year. All right, guys, so we have done our 2 collards, and I didn't have enough seeds to fill this side here, so I only have 9 seeds, or 9 units planted, so hopefully they all germinate. If not, we might have to switch over to a different company and or just order some more from Haas. And then we have our kale, and so those are the last 3 in my one section. So this section right here is all planted according to my planogram of what I put out that I want to grow in the garden. So that finalizes our one section, and we're going to move on to our next one. All right, guys, next we are going up to this part of our map of our garden, and that's going to consist of beets, red beets, sugar snap peas, and yellow and green beans. And that's what we're going to be planting there. So the first section here we're going to do is going to be our red beets, and we got them from Haas Tools. They're the early wonder beet, and there it is, and they did super good. And then we have in this back row here is the sugar snap peas. Now I took these peas from the pods that we grew last year, dried them out, saved them. We're going to plant these. Hopefully they germinate. Never done this before, so it's an experiment for our sugar snap peas from what we grew last year. And then we have the Cherokee yellow wax bean, and then from Haas Tools we have the stringless bush bean, Landreth. It's the Landreth stringless green bean. So let's get started with the beets first. There again, we're just going to fill all this in just like we did on all the others, and plant our beets first. All right, let me get this going and done, and we'll come back when we're all done and I'll show you what we got. All right, guys, so we got all those planted. That's another whole section on the top part of the garden. So we've got our red beets, our sugar snap peas. We got 2 green beans and 1 yellow bean. To finish that section out there. So some of the things I'm going to have to sow into the ground, like the corn, carrots, they're going to be sown directly into the ground. I'm not going to start them. So our next starts, actually I don't have any more really starts for these small ones. We're going to do some zucchini and yellow squash, but that's going to be in a 5-gallon bucket. Probably going to do those on another video. And then I have a bunch of flowers. Previous video, I think you saw I built some flower boxes, so I'm going to start some flowers to put in those flower boxes. And when I get back on my feet again, I can do a little bit more work, a little longer standing up. Going to build some more of those flower boxes. But anyway, I want to get a bunch of starts going for our flowers. So anyway, we got more coming up for planting, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of knowledge if you're going to start your garden for the first time. Check out these seeds from Haas Seeds that I'm growing. They did really well last year. That's why I'm growing them again this year. So anyway, that's it. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. If you got any comments at all, put them in the comment section. I love to read your guys' comments. And share the video for all your other gardening friends. I would appreciate that. And until we see you next time in the garden, take care, God bless, and happy gardening. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.